Alright, today's digital problem of the day is an ellipse with foci of 7, 2 and 13, 2 with a minor axis of length 8. I'm going to start with just my basic formula so I have kind of a feel for where I'm heading. So my ellipse has an equation of x minus h, the quantity squared, over some number, so I'm just going to call it a squared, plus y minus k, the quantity squared, over b squared. Now, a squared and b squared are going to change depending on size. Don't get strung up with that. The other thing I'll just tie in is that the focal distance, since they deal with foci, focal distance, since we have x squared plus y squared, focal distance is a squared minus b squared, gives me c squared. This will put it inside of the ellipse when you do your focal points rather than outside like on a hyperbola. With that in mind, let's get a quick sketch just to get a feel for where we're going. So 7, 2. So here's our 7, 2. And we have 13, 2. So I'm just going to come down here and we're going to make that 13, 2. Those are our foci. And from there, I can find the halfway point to find my center. So halfway between 7 and 13, if I average those, is 10. That tells me that my center is 10, 2. Okay, with that in mind, I'm already halfway through my equation. I have 10 to the right, so that's x minus 10, the quantity squared. Some unknown denominator. 2 up, so that's y minus 2, the quantity squared. Some unknown denominator equals 1. Basically, I'm going to fill in those pieces. My minor axis of length 8. Now, I know when I have an ellipse, my foci are always on the major axis. Okay? The minor axis, the total length is 8, which means I would go up 4 and down 4 from the center. So that means underneath I'm going to have 4 squared or 16. I have this unknown. Okay, I know it's going to be longer, so that's like my a squared. So when I set up my original formula, I was right in putting the a squared underneath. So my distance c is this distance right here. Okay, and that was basically half of that focal distance. So we went from 7 to 13 with 6 places. That tells me that c would be 3. So my formula, I have c squared equals a squared minus b squared. Okay, so that's 9 equals a squared minus 16. So a squared would be 25, which is really what I want to know, but that tells me I would have gone left and right a total of 5 units when I graph this. So, to finish this up, I basically need to have in that 25, and I am finished with the equation of my ellipse.